Hello everybody. How you doing? I hope the answer to that is fantastic. So, welcome to Tracy Creating. I am Tracy, and throughout this video, may you be inspired, learn something new, or simply relax while you're watching. So, let's just pull this up now so I can see what's happening, who comes in to say hello. And we'll get to it. Sorry about that. Okay. And there we have it. Okay. Fabulous. So when I last did these, I pulled out, I think there was 4 of them, and I chose the pinkish one, and I got some comments saying, oh, it's a shame it wasn't the blue one, or disappointed it wasn't the blue one. So guess what we're going to do tonight? The blue one. So I thought that'd be good. And come on, puppy. Yep. All right. So with that in mind, I've had a little bit of a moment where I've been trying to work out what I would do on it. And the colours kind of lead me to a pebble. So I thought, yeah, we could try that. Because otherwise, the only other idea I had really doesn't go with the blue. So let's get into it. Choose a direction. And I think because this area is darker, that I'd like it to actually go portrait that way. So for me, because I'm here, I'll put it this way so you get to see the majority of it. And because I'm right-handed, you should be able to see pretty much everything I'm doing. Christine, good morning to you. How is Miami? Hello, Jelly Bean. How you doing? Okay. So we're pretty much just going to stick with black again. And if I need some really amazing highlights, I have some options of blue. That one's potentially a bit dark, but there is some darker blue. So we'll see. And also, just in case, I also have this. This is liquid chalk. And this is that lighter shade. So I thought I'll just have them all ready around me just in case I want to use them. And yeah, so here's the black. I am missing the other black. One moment. Oh, that's silver. Okay, no, that's silver. Okay, so we've only got one black to work with. Yeah, we can do it. So, getting ready for a hurricane. Oh my gosh. Please take care. I hope everybody stays well and safe. Okay. So I'm just going to have a look at this and work out where I want some bigger. Are there any areas that I feel would look great as a pebble? So there could be this section here in particular. if I went around that, because not all pebbles are perfectly shaped. And then some other areas too. So I like to still wear gloves when I'm doing this, just because I don't want to get my oils from my skin all over the painting as I'm trying to work on it. So just finding areas that would look really great. This one here would be a nice small pebble. And then once you've got some nice bigger ones in, then work around them to fill in the gaps. So I think this one here, I'd like that to be a smaller pebble. I'll do that now because while I see it. And then this one to be another mid-size. This is so cool. Only force 1 should be good. Okay, glad to hear it. Well, please, sending safety and well wishes over to you guys. All right, so just finding some more. I'll go through and try not to push so hard like I just did. Otherwise, I might end up with a big blob of black flow out of my Posca marker. So just looking at the lines and where a nice pebble shape could go. Here I'll put one that is pretty much just kind of like a filler in that space. And then we'll move on to some other shapes. Another little one there while we're there. So you can see that when you start putting them close together, and you start creating little dark areas in between where there would be just shadows from each other and no light getting in. Come over here. So I think this is going to be awesome. I think this is just perfect colouring for some pebbles. So if we were to put one in here, what we would like to do is join that edge of that pebble with that one and potentially around all of those. So they would all join with the line of the new pebble that you're adding. So coming up, fill in the little gaps. This one here can have another smaller one. Have you ever wondered about circles? Okay. This is just the lid to my Posca markers. And have you seen those things where you go, I'm doing my best to make a duplicate size here. They're not spot on, but so that looks like a decent size circle, right? So if I coloured that in, I'll try and but then I coloured around this one. It's like, apart from they weren't perfect to start with, but they are, this circle can potentially look bigger than this one, even though the same size circle or similar size circle was drawn, because when you black it all in, you're looking at this outside edge of the circle. When you colour around it, you're looking at the inside edge of the circle. So that's something to remember when you want to do something like this and you want to do a small, like when I did this one here. If you do it too small and then you colour around it, it really does disappear. So that's why I tried to just stay on the outer edge, stay on the lines of the previous pebbles, and stay at a decent size. So just something a little extra. Thanks so much, no problem. I agree, looking great already. Awesome. I know, I agree too. It is looking great already. I'm excited for it too. I was a bit worried, but I'm already seeing how I feel happy about it. Like, I put in a couple of different shapes. Okay, just come to this edge. Colouring in some of the surrounds and the little gaps. See, how's that? Oh, fun. Lots of fun. Okay, move that out of the way. Alright. Let's just change things around directionally. That way, you know, pebbles don't always land the same way. And as I go, I'm going to fill in these little bits. Alrighty. So we're looking at Sunday now. So outside of taking care and looking after ourselves, how was everybody's weekend? So I had a bit of a relaxed and a weekend for me that thought about lots of planning, getting more organised. So that's some of what I was doing. We have a full moon tonight, and if we went outside earlier and showed my little man Jupiter and Saturn glowing in the sky around the full moon. Going to see my grandson. How beautiful. Yes, more organisation, absolutely. Oh, that sounds wonderful, Christine. As I'm going through this too, I'm also just trying to picture random rocks in the garden or something like that. Thinking about sizes, shapes. Jelly bean. I'm trying to organise my place as well. Terrible job. Each step is another step forward. You'll get there. It's a forever process. Ah, you hit that nail on the head, Christine, that's for sure. One day, absolutely. So this is going really nicely. Really pleased that the pebble style was the option more appealing to me than the other idea, but I do have those other ones that I can come back to later on in another video and do the other thought I had in mind on those ones. Feel like there's another. Just as we go round, this is truly becoming. I think doing these pebbles is, it may just be a Zentangle type idea. It is quite relaxing. So, missed those, arrived a bit late. Can you tell us again, please? What was that, Christine? The other paintings that I have to embellish on. Or the idea that I had for this one. Yes, the other ideas. One was a tree, so a silhouette of the tree with the branches coming out and whatnot. The other one was kind of like a spiral with tangles through it. So just trying to work out. There was one I was thinking of was a bird for this one because I was trying to think blue, 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 blue. What would I do? Apart from rhyme. That blue bird came to mind, but then I felt like this wasn't quite blue enough. Yeah, so a couple of ideas, but and before we sign off, I'll bring out the other ones too. So have a look at the colouring choices to see which may suit which type of silhouette or tangle or those will make great videos. Awesome, thank you. I like these lines, so I really want to do something, come around here. There we go. I'll try and round off a little pebble in here. I am so sorry about that. That was the dishwasher. Look at that, we're getting there. So I think when you're doing this kind of thing too, and you've made up a whole bunch of different colour backgrounds, because sometimes that's what I'll do. I'll just deliberately do some paws that are designed to be backgrounds, and it's like when you look at them, the colouring, the design, the shapes, you know, what does that spark in you? And go with that. Even if it's something you've never done before, if that's what comes to mind, have a go. So there could be some pebbles here that, I know there's none down here, but overlap each other. So we'll do a couple, but I won't do too many because then it'll look too different from top to bottom. So and just feeling your way along and what shape feels like it goes here. I have a look in the in my other device to see what you guys can see, and just makes me want to smile, so that's awesome. Right. I'll change direction again so that I'm doing the pebbles in different, because my hand seems to have found a really comfortable shape. So if you do them all from the same direction, they might look a bit odd in comparison to the others. So for just by moving this rather than trying to move your arm around, it's a lot more natural, a lot more of a natural movement. like that cell reaction there. Getting to this center. All right. Go. All right. So I really love how versatile these acrylic pours can be. Like this one in particular, and the others are done on this cardboard. So it does have a slight curve to it because the moisture from the paint is all on one side, but they make really great options for trialing new ideas, creating these backgrounds. And if you don't want to keep the card but you love the painting, you could always scan it into your computer and keep an image of the painting. But, you know, because I don't know long term how long this card would hold up. But if you scanned it and then you could do a printed copy, yeah, that'd be awesome. So another thing to think of too is if you have used silicone in your background, it's always great to clean that off first, because otherwise you may find yourself trying to use a marker over oil and it will resist and potentially cause a little bit of a odd spot on your artwork. Good idea. You have some warped ones. Yeah, absolutely. See if there's any like the, you know, whichever ones you truly love or something, and see about getting them scanned. Warping can be very disappointing. So I just had a thought, if I just go around and finalize, finish off the edge, then I can work into the space that's left with the multiple sizes. And this, I like how this goes up here. These cells. So I want to make that one into a pebble. Yep, I did that one. So just because I don't want to lean over that corner, I'll go back to this side and finish off this section. So I see a nice big one here that will make contact with several other already there. And then that same chance again, coming around here, catching up with other ones, going around that cell, and then working my way back. Here. It's another opportunity. There's a bumpy spot on that section there. That's okay. Back to here. So it's all coming. There's absolutely no smearing of the marker. I love it. Yeah, it's great. These Posca markers are outstanding. From all the ones I've done before and will keep doing, they give great results. I would like, oh, that's an idea. I would like to do something, follow that little line there, where I do end up using like some of these colours. So maybe I need to do, maybe it's something I could just leave a clear plain background and do some doodling with those. Or tangling. I don't know what to call it seriously, because one thing says it's a Zen doodle, another thing says it's a tangle, but not a Zen tangle. I'm a little bit confused with all of that, but I absolutely love using them, and I love watching others use them and see what they create. This is a very big tip Posca marker. This is a 5M, which is a 1.8 to 2.5 millimeter when you use it. So it's quite large, and you can get such fine markers out there, like to 0.01 and all of that. So I mean, but this is something, if you've got a lot of shading to do or a big area to cover that doesn't need those finer details, then absolutely this is great. Let's just aim for one in here. Ta-da! There we go. And I really feel like the pebbles are following that swirl from the swirl technique. Hello, Mandy. How you going? So nice. Thank you very much. So we're just about done. So, I mean, that's just using the one black marker. If you, that looks better. Gosh, I feel like that is so fun. All right. If you wanted to add some highlights, you could, or some shadows, you could. I don't think I would do that right now. I'm not feeling that for right now. But I may come back at another time or do a time lapse. Not time lapse, yeah, time lapse sped up video of doing some highlights on it. So yeah, then I can still share it with you guys. Good, thanks. Living with huge dries. Oh, I am well, thank you. It was very relaxing to do this. A couple of times I went a bit silent and I had to try and go, oh, hang on. Explain what you're doing or why you're doing it. So, but yeah. So that's what we've got. Shadows with grey Tombow markers. They're very transparent. Awesome. Yes, I don't have any of those. But what I do have are some, what are they called? They're like alcohol ink graphic markers. And I do have one that has, is a grayscale pack. So I'll look at those. And I have the white that I pulled out. Oh, I have white Posca markers as well as a white chalk paint for highlights. But you have to be sure to seal them in because the chalk paint can still wash off. The Posca markers are dry. Like, that's dry now. But if I do use the liquid chalk, it can wash off. So you'll have to be sure to seal it. And yeah. So that's pretty cool. Oh, I'm so glad that I did this tonight. So, and thank you so much to you guys for being with me. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I love seeing how that is coming through, even with all the embellishment over it. So very interested in those alcohol markers. Yes, I will do a video. I won't do it on a live. I'll do it on a video and I'll show the markers and talk about them before we get into it. So, all right. Let's have a close-up now that that's all done. See, I see it as being this way. Oh, Christine, you're a legend. Where are they now? Okay, so this one was the one that we ended up doing previously, putting the flowers on. So that was a little bit of fun. And that was purely because I was working on lines and I dropped the marker and it created a sideways line. So then I went, well, what am I going to do with that? Make it into petals. And then came the flowers. So that one had a story all of its own. Oh, absolutely happy accidents. This one I wouldn't, well, I don't know if I'd actually do anything to embellish over it, but it's use my string dip technique over a background. There we go. I don't know whether I was thinking of trying to add highlights or something, I'm not sure. But that's in the same pile. And this one was definitely about highlighting the flowers and embellishing around those. And these are all on that boxboard cardboard. So, and just some smaller sizes I have. I'm just playing around. Yes. So just some littler ones that I can do as well. So that one's used already, that one. There is this one. I don't know what I was doing in that one, but sometimes you look at your paws or your paintings, whatever, afterwards and go, where was I going with that? But never mind. I mean, these are, like I said, great for trying out new ideas or new techniques or anything, and you know, they're just on this awesome board. So you have added die cut painted fabric shapes. Oh, awesome. Die cut painted fabric shapes. That's very interesting. Is that like cotton fabric or like felt? All right, so while we have a look at that, let's come down for the close-up and then we'll sign off for the night. Cotton that is painted. Awesome. Sounds amazing. Something I'd like to explore by the sounds of it. Alrighty, so oops, the camera arm is locked. There we go. So thank you so much for being here, you guys. I really appreciate it. And yes, you must stiffen it to cut properly. Oh, okay. Like starching it. You can see some where the pebbles went straight through the lines and others where pebbles followed the lines. There we go. Various sizes, various shapes. And I love how it looks. Awesome. So yeah, coming up soon will be the finishing off the highlighting and shadowing of this one. And yeah, so please like the video by giving it a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. And I also really appreciate if you leave a comment below the video for those watching the replay, and also share it with others who you feel might also appreciate it. That is a huge way that you can help with the click of a couple of buttons. So there we go. Use fabric booster, fabric stiffener by Rudif. This is looking great. Awesome. There's like great information. Thank you, Christine. Okay. All right, so there we have it. So till another night. Tomorrow night is a late night live, so 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, I will be here for another pour. Bye, Jelly Bean. Thanks so much for coming in. And yeah, so tomorrow night's late night, and you guys are absolutely amazing. And please take care. Sending safe wishes and everyone who are at risk of Mother Nature. Please take care for everyone for these viruses that are around, and yeah, just if you have to go anywhere, please take care. And so from myself, always be kind, be creative, and be fabulous. Bye. Bye, Christine. Thank you.